But once you've got a plan like that, now you can actually sort of catalog your criteria. I'm just going to direct you back here to the seminar page for a moment. And I have this checklist available to you both as a PDF file and as an Excel spreadsheet. And you can download them both or either one. And they consist of the plugin comparison and the requirements checklist. And we're going to start off by looking at this requirements checklist, but we're also going to move on over to the plugin comparison. So, essentially what you want to do then is once you've kind of gotten that little plan down, then just that plan essentially followed this checklist, right? I started off by saying product definition. Right. So what kinds of products, what kinds of variations, how do you want it organized, that kind of stuff. And then product display, order processing, order fulfillment, customer management, marketing. And then there's the final little bit about it was theme compatibility. That doesn't really have much to do with your store, but it will have to do with how how you're going to choose your plugin. And I'm recommending that you make a distinction between the things that are essential, the things that are important, the things that would be nice, and then everything else really, what's not important and not applicable. Because the chances are you may discover that no plugin has everything you want. And so then you have to winnow down what your expectations are or what your needs are based on which plugins are available. And so it's good for you to be able to identify those things that are absolutely essential. So for example, if you live someplace where PayPal doesn't work and you want to be able to take processing, or you want to be able to take funds in a system that is available in your country, that may be the one essential that controls everything else. You may have to choose the one plugin, more than likely WooCommerce, but choose the one plugin that will work in your country because of that, right? Similar kind of thing is the case with, there can be a lot of different instances here, but if you're in the UK and you want to ship via Royal Mail, then you're going to need to pick a system that calculates shipping for you via Royal Mail, right? And so you've got those things which are essentially deal breakers. If those things aren't the case, or if it doesn't work in that way, then it's not going to work for you. That's what essential is. And the chances are you've only got a handful of things that are absolutely essential. And then the next category is those things that are important. And really, this is all of the functionality that really matters to you, right? And then you have things that essentially the tiebreakers. Okay, so this little thing here would be really nice, but it's not really important, and it's certainly not essential. So if you have a couple of different plugins that are going to work based on your essential and important, then you can use nice as a tiebreaker. Okay, and so what you're going to do is, go through this checklist and fill it out. And then once you've got it filled out, you come over to the plugin comparison, which exactly follows that checklist, and compare it to what the plugin comparison shows. So the way this works is an X means yes, it works. With extension means yes, it will work with an extension, and no means no, it's simply not available. Okay, and those are really it's one of those three things. This is obviously based on a snapshot of the plugins at a specific point in time. So Cart 66 is at 1.5.17, Shop is 1.2.5, WooCommerce is 2.0.10, MarketPress is 2.8.7, and WP eStore is 6.9.8.2. That's the snapshot that this comparison is made with. And it is the case that all 5 of these guys are updating their system regularly. So It is also the case that I will probably redo this seminar repeatedly as things change and as they add or subtract features from their shopping cart. I have taken the liberty to say no to some things that the cart author says yes to. And I've done that when I felt like their yes was misleading. I haven't really indicated that anywhere, but just bear that in mind, that if the plugin says it does something and I say it doesn't do something, the chances are I'm saying that because when I tried to do it with their system, it didn't work, or it didn't work as it ought to work, or it had restrictions which made it essentially useless. And, and that's just trying to cut through sort of the sales hype to get to the reality of, is the plugin a viable, functional aspect of the plugin or not, or did they just toss it in there in order to get hype? And the most obvious example of that comes to my mind is this question of subscription. Oh, look at that though. I said yes, but that's actually no. My mistake. This is not going to be right on the PDF, by the way. So if you're looking at the PDF, I don't believe that Cart66's subscription system is viable. It's enough there to say they've got it, but as soon as you try to use it with the regular PayPal system, so if you've got PayPal Payment Standard and you've got their recurring payments add-on to it, it will not work. Right? It only works in very isolated context, which means, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't actually work. So, okay, we are now going to take a break, and then we're going to take a sample project through its paces with a checklist, and we're going to talk about what its plan is. And then we will compare, and then we'll fill out the checklist, and then we'll compare the checklist to this comparison, and we'll draw a conclusion about which plugin to use.